and I'm getting mighty tired of your trifling ways and of listening to that jackass Bray.
Welcome to episode 64. Guys, it has been quite the task trying to get this episode out to you guys. There's been so much drama and just stuff that I want to get rid of in 2020. Like, just things that I have no desire to hold on to at all. And it's getting on my nerves, it's overwhelming, it's distracting, it's taking my joy. And I want out of it. It's a bunch of bullshit, honestly. And I want out of it. You know, I was telling everybody I was gonna spill the tea, right, of exactly what happened, you know, between me and Phillip, but it ain't even a whole lot to talk about in actuality. The problem was this, okay? I really was inspired by him. I really respected him. I always wanted to work with him. I was excited to meet him, and I always thought he was, like, super sexy, right? And I really kind of manifested a situation of, like, working with him, honestly, truthfully. I put it in my little vortex and everything, and it was what I wanted to do, and when opportunity came along and it showed up in my email, I jumped at it because it was always something that I wanted. You know, I thought very highly of him, always, right? And so highly of him that when I got the opportunity to work on a pilot, and the fact that it happened to be a comedy pilot, it wasn't like music, it was something that was in my field. What were the odds of that? I was so excited about it. And, you know, I had a former friend that I no longer speak to, and I never will, because she's associated with my ex-husband. And if you haven't seen that tea, it's all up on my Instagram and Facebook, and it'll be there for a few more hours. It'll probably delete itself, you know, within the next few hours, because I typed it all yesterday. But if you want to check it out, I am Aarona the Great on Instagram, AARONATHEGREAT. And then I'm the Aarona Lopez on Facebook, www.facebook.com/THEDAARONAPEZ, and Aarona the Virgo on my fan page. But I don't think you have the on my fan page. But just in case, www.facebook.com/AARONATHEGREAT, okay? And you can go on those sites and, you know, check it out or what have you. But basically, when I got the call and I was talking to my ex-best friend at the time, I shared the story previously on the podcast. You know, she just kind of was dead-ass silent because she knew what that meant. And, you know, she immediately came in with her negativity. Well, don't get your hopes up and da-da-da-da and all of that. And at the time, it should be mentioned that she was kind of having some drama with her husband, her significant other. And, you know, she just really didn't allow herself to be happy for me. But looking at the way the situation played out and kind of how a lot of things were playing out with me previously, she never really was when it came to the big events in my life. She didn't even show up to my wedding, and I was marrying her husband's first cousin. How about that? She set me up with her husband's first cousin. She set me up with him, you know, kept trying to encourage that relationship, was the cheerleader of that relationship, you know, all that. And then when we decided to take things to another level because we was grown and just, you know, things kind of transpired the way it did, and he was like, yo, I want to be down with this, I'm here, I'm in, blah, blah, blah. Nope, she wasn't nowhere around. She didn't, you know, really, she made an excuse to not really come. You know, she had recently had a baby and was just like, yeah, I'm so tired with the baby. I hope you understand, whatever. So I had her do my makeup, and then we just, you know, left it there. And then we went back to their house after the ceremony or whatever. And I just kind of let that be that. I was like, okay, well, there we go. Like, I'm cool with that. But when it came to, you know, just a lot of my little highlight moments, you know, it never was just, girl, yeah, I'm proud of you, or hey, girl, you know, whatever. When she started her cupcake business and stuff, I was super happy for her. I even helped her, you know, figure out ways to put together her site because somebody else played her. But I was kind of, you know, well, not kind of, I'm savvy with websites. I was like, hey, this is all you got to do, blah, skippy. She got that popping. I was posting pictures of her work on my social media, like, yo, go check out my girl, you know, like, because I'm that friend. And I get tired of being that friend for others, and people aren't that friend for me. Some people, you know, have been that way, but it was also for them to get attention for themselves. There was a lot of that going on. Very rarely does anybody just go, hey, you're doing this and this is cool, whatever. And, you know, this situation really was no different. Like, even the last time I even saw Fifth, that was the day that she called me, and I barely had arrived to the hotel to, like, enjoy myself or any of that, you know. She called, and, you know, I picked up. He kind of had an attitude about it because, not really an attitude, but he was kind of like, oh, that's how you feel? You just going to pick up the phone while I'm here, you know, whatever. I was like, no, but it's my girl. Let me, you know, just see what she wants, blah, 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 blah. You know, but I also was trying to display that I don't have to hide my phone calls in front of you. That's what what I was trying to display or whatever. I guess it failed because he had a little attitude. Once everything was whatever, he got on the phone and was on the phone for the rest of the time I was there. You know, kind of, you could do it, so can I type of deal. Like, because we petty, right? So, basically, the way it all started was, you know, we met because of the pilot. And according to the casting director who set me up with the whole gig, he was just cheesing and smiling looking at my tape. And she should have never told me that. I still have the email, by the way. And she should have never told me that because I was like, really? He was? Oh, my God. You know, right? And then I get there, and he's, like, all dreamy and shit. And I really, like, was like, damn, I did not see this side of him. Like, you know, the shy him, the all of this. And I was like, I am here. I love it. I filled with all this little nervous energy and stuff. I don't get that way. And he was, like, we had like some moments and stuff, and I was like, all right. But, you know, you still get that negative self-talk in your ear. You still go, okay, let me pump my brakes, you know, I'm at work, blah, blah, blah. And I did all of that. I even peeped, okay? I invited the guy coworker, okay, to hang out, all right? I peeped and was like, oh, all right, you know, that's what's up, whatever. Didn't get involved in that. It was none of my business. Left it alone, you know, blah, skippy. And ended up seeing him out at that event. Didn't even talk to neither one of them ahead of time. Just was out in New York and heard about it and was like, okay, I'm rolling through. Came there with one of my like exes. He was 6'9". So I ain't even come there like all being groupie-ish or nothing. I came, I peeped the scene, was like, cool. And, you know, when he came through in the hallway, I was like, yo, what up? Hey, you know, we took a picture. I was like, look, I'm trying to get to know you. What's like, for real? Like, I don't want to say this in front of everybody. It's not their business. But really, for real, what's good? And, you know, he was flirty and all of this. And I'm like, well, you need to tell me because I don't even live here. And he was like, where you live? I'm like, L.A.? I don't live here. I don't live here. And then, you know, there was all of that. And then there was all this cutesiness that was happening on social media. Something I didn't mention, two things I forgot to mention in this whole, like, exchange. The very first time that I saw him physically, you know, I was thrown into the same dressing room as him while he was changing, while he was getting dressed. And he looked at it, and I was like, oh, shit, I think, hey, the producers put me in here. I'm sorry. Like, don't fire me. I'm cool. Hi, you cute. Hey, how you doing? You're cute. Hi. You know, that happened. And not very much dialogue. And then the very second time he saw me, he walked right in the room, walked right to me, and started feeling on my toes and playing with my feet. And I was like, hey, now that's how you get pregnant. I will get you pregnant. Don't touch me like that. I will get you pregnant. And we laughing and all of this other stuff. And then everybody's going off to shoot their scenes and segments. And we're alone in the dressing room. He shows me pictures of his kid. And I'm like, oh my God. He looks like he's made from unicorn's tears. Because he is. He's a cute young man. Like, I don't understand people that talk about people's kids. That's just gross to me. Like, I don't understand that. I don't care what people's children look like or whatever. Regardless, I don't get down with people talking about people's kids or people pitting kids. I don't like that whole energy. You know what I'm saying? And I noticed, I peeped, you know, because I do have Twitter. That the first baby's mom was all hateful on Twitter and all of this other stuff. And I was just like, oh damn, like y'all still doing that in 2016? That shit ignorant. Cut it out. Like, to both of them, I was like, that shit ignorant. And you know, I was still not. Do you understand? I still wasn't all the way like, ooh, this my boo thing, and none of that. But I was very into him. I was very intrigued. I thought he was dope, and I was flirting. He was flirting. It was what it was. And, you know, I was like, oh, that child, oh, he is gorgeous, honey, blah, 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 Skippy. He starts posting them more, showing cute little FaceTime videos, whatever. I start posting me hanging out with my niece. And, you know, everything I started doing with my niece, he started doing with his son. Then he starts doing interviews, going on Jimmy Kimmel and stuff tomorrow. I use my son to get girls and all this other stuff. And I'm like, he never talked like that before. But, okay, I get it. It's cute. I think it's cute. You know, he was doing all of that. And I was like, all right, whatever. Time was going by, honey. He was living his whole entire life because he's a millionaire with millionaire friends and, you know, rapper. He had his own personal, you know, stuff that he was trying to rectify from filing bankruptcy. He had all his other stuff going on because he was a damn star doing what he do, okay? I had other stuff going on because I was a stand-up comedian and, you know, I mean, even now, like, I'm rebuilding my life, you guys, but even back then, like, I was in a place where, you know, I worked time for money. Like, you know what I mean? I trade time for money. Like, all of my gigs or, you know, things that I was doing to create money. Specifically around that time, I was doing gig economy stuff, like I was a Lyft driver, I was working for Postmates, and I always kept those in my back pocket in case I needed to make some quick money and do whatever, you know, pay a little bill real quick or have some extra pocket money or, ooh, I see something I like, I'm gonna just go, you know, do a couple orders and make sure I got money for that or whatever. I just want to throw some extras in my savings account. I did that too. You know, like, man, like, I just feel like I want to have an extra $200 in case something happens. And I just go and do some orders or whatever, you feel me? And just throw it in the savings account. And I had, you know, it made me feel comfortable with what I had going on. And then I was doing my comedy gigs. And around that time, especially because I had, like, just came off a while now, I was grabbing stuff left and right for like $1,000, $2,000, $3,000. And I spent the lower end of 2015, after my lease was up in my Gardena apartment, I spent that throwing my stuff in storage, traveling a bunch, and taking the money I would have spent on rent, and I invested it into this thing called NACA, the National Campus Association, you know, the National Campus Activity Association. And I invested it in, my favorite, oh my God, hold on. There's NACA and there's the other one. The other one's my favorite because they actually gave me hella work. Oh my God, I'm having a blank. You guys, let me go into my email. Me and NACA, I don't have no beef with NACA, but I have given thousands to NACA and have yet to, you know, see a return from the money I spent. And, you know, you'll mess around with NACA because it's like $700 a region and stuff. You'll mess around with NACA and be sending them that stuff, and you'll walk up with no bookings or whatever. What I liked about, I can't think of the name right now. Here. Jeez. It's really, I'm in my email right now, you guys. I'm really drawing a blank, but it's important. It's APCA. Damn it. How come I couldn't think of APCA? APCA's my favorite. APCA is APCA. APCA, what I liked about them is it's guaranteed ROI. You know what I'm saying? You pay them the $1,500, you're guaranteed to showcase, which means you're guaranteed to be seen in front of the schools and the students and the bookers. So for 15, instead of you know, sending 200 here, 300 here, 700 here, the way NACA does their thing, you give them 1,500 at APCA, and they gonna figure it out. 1,500 guaranteed. Oh, they gonna have a space for you. What show you wanna be on? The 8 p.m. show, the 10 p.m. show. Which one you wanna do? You know, and I went. I had a ball. I booked 20 schools off site. And, you know, for some schools were 1,000, some schools were 3, some schools were 1, you know, and it was a ball. And what I learned also within doing APCA, because I actually finally got in front of the bookers and was going to different regions, people really fucked with me on the East Coast. Like, the East Coast tend to really dig my humor and get my humor. Texas also really fucked with me. Texas, I had a lot of gigs in Texas. And New Orleans, there was a school in New Orleans that was hot. They actually was one of the schools that paid me the most. West Virginia loves me also. This must be said, because don't nobody be shouting out West Virginia. We don't have no popular actors or rappers from West Virginia. Don't nobody be like, WV Dub, you know, nothing like that. Like, so West Virginia need a little love, because, you know, they pay like they way. You know, they like, man, we want to see people here too, man. How much it cost? Come on. Like, West Virginia has shown me a whole lot of love. Them in San Francisco. I was doing that, and I was spending a lot of my time trying to do that, because, you know, if I don't work, I don't eat, and I don't have anybody else to rely on, basically. And because my mom was also battling stage 4 cancer, you know, I was often guilty about not coming home enough and all of this other stuff. So I was always making that a priority. Plus, on the flip side, on a happy, you know, not so humdrum and whatever, I loved my munchkins. I loved my niece and nephews, and, you know, they were my little people, you know, and I would miss them. And they were growing up. And especially around that time, they were at the age where they knew how to operate technology. You know, my nephew had an iPad when he was like 5 or something, you know, and he figured out how to call me. And, you know, I've been having an iPhone since '09. And, you know, I'm getting calls from a nephew, and Auntie Ronnie, what you doing? Like, you know, and we're having conversation, and we're building relationship. And, you know the way kids are. You know, you don't want to disappoint the kids and all that stuff. So, you know, I was doing all of that, okay? And somewhere in there, you know, people living their lives, the streets started talking, because I posted a picture on Instagram and wished him happy birthday. But I didn't feel no weirdness about it, because 1, I got the picture. 2, I really meant it. 3, you know, 3, it was somebody that I really admired and wanted to work with and meet and all of this, and I really couldn't believe that it was happening, you know. A specific thing that I said to one of my former friends, you know, the same friend I was talking about, I was like, dude, I'm just manifesting all my little 2005 dreams. It took 10 years, but I'll take it. And I mean, it's just seeing how she thought like all that manifestation stuff was trash, or she thought it was something to laugh at, and my ex-husband, you know, also did, and to find out that they are in cahoots and also backstab me in this situation, because it's like a whole lot of people in New York that are affiliated with his friend, this Cuban chick who they're dating or whatever. I don't give a fuck about it, you guys, because I just don't like a lot of mess. And this thing has went on for so long that I'm like, okay, well, I'll be totally okay with not knowing him or seeing him ever again. Like, I'm good. Like, if this the way we playing it, okay, I'm straight. Then I will take the L and say I was wrong about everything I thought I saw and thought I felt and thought I did, whatever. I'll take that L and hold it proudly and go do something else with my life, because this shit is for the birds. Do you hear me? Like, the first time, like, we even hung out, you know, outside of the set or whatever, he came to LA and he was throwing a power party. And, you know, no, that's not it. That wasn't the first time. The first time was his birthday. He was throwing a bunch of parties, a series of parties, because it was his birthday. It was cancer season, blase, skippy. And, you know, he was, LA, come out, come see me, LA, come out, come see me. And at first I was like, nah, I don't want to go, because I don't want to be one of those people, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, but I really want to go, and it's all I'm thinking about. I can't stop thinking about it. So I think I'm playing myself if I don't go. Like, why am I even making this that serious? I just should go. But then I didn't want to go alone, because I was like, okay, well, what if he, like, you know, acts like he don't remember me or whatever. I was like, I should go with somebody. You know, I started to go by myself, and I was like, I should go with somebody, so I can at least have somebody to talk to, whatever. And so I invited, like, one of my former coworkers. And, you know, she was young, she was hip, she was cute. And, you know, we had our little, like, nightlife thing going on. I found out who was working the door or whatever. It was at Hyde Sunset. I found out who was working the door or whatever, you know, told him who I was, what I had going on or whatever. And I didn't even say I lived in LA. I was like, man, I'm out here from Chicago. I was like, me and my girl trying to kick it tonight. What's happening? And he was like, all right, well, look. He was like, I'll be at the door at like 10 or whatever time he gave us or whatever. He was like, just come back and ask for, I don't know. I'm going to say his name is Pete. I don't know what the fuck it is. I can't remember. This was years ago now. We just going to go with Pete. He's like, come back and ask for Pete. I was like, cool. We left. We went to go have sushi. And I was like, you know, letting her know. I was like, okay, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to just hang out or whatever. You know, we can leave. You know, I just want to say hi. I want to give him this birthday card I got him, blase skippy. She was like, okay, cool. I was like, we're not putting this on social media. I don't want that energy. I'm good. You know, and she was like, okay, right? But she still put it on Snapchat. Now, at first, I was kind of against it, but then later, it was like, well, you know what, fuck it, I want the memory, you know? So it was on her Snapchat and my Snapchat. And so it's like the people who know her, you know what I'm saying, and we work together at your house. You know, so the people who know her, they looking at her Snapchat like, oh, what? Oh, bitch, you lit. You out here hanging out with, oh, what? And, you know, and then who knows what she told them about the night. Who knows? Like, I don't know. And so there was that. And then it was on mine, and I didn't get nobody no explanation about nothing. I posted it and then say shit and left it, right? I was still, the way I use TikTok right now is how I was using Snapchat back then, right? And so, you know, I gave him the card, you know, we're flirting and all of this, and I'm like, yo, so what's up with you? Like, what's happening? Like, what are you doing? You know, and we're flirting, and it feels great, and we're, like, having these moments where we're googly eyes, staring at each other. We end up holding each other in the middle of the club. That was really interesting. There was Banks there. There was Yayo there. Banks was with his girl. I got caught looking at Banks for too long. 50 started staring at me like, bitch, why are you looking at my friend? I was like, hey, wait a minute. It's not like that. Dude, he's with his girl. Number one. Number two, what kind of bitch you think I am? Number three, I mean, dude, I was trying to I like being silly, and especially when I'm in situations where I'm trying to feel the vibe, I look for humor. I'm going to look around and look in and figure out what's funny and all of this other, and what's going on or whatever. And, you know, I forgot what I said to them. You know, I was like, oh, y'all just sitting here just comfortable. Y'all the couch couple in the club. You know, just silly stuff like that. We laughing, ha, 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 you know, whatever. Just breaking ice and shit. And so, you know, I gave him the card, and he was like, oh, wow, this is nice. I was like, I mean, you know, you all big time and shit. I wish I could give you a real gift, but right now this is what we doing. He was like, no, what do you mean? This is a real gift. And I was like, so what are you doing? Like, why? What's going on with you? I was like, where your wife at? Where your girl at? Is she here? Like, I shouldn't be talking to you this close, should I? Because, like, your girl probably here. He's like, I ain't got no girl. I was like, okay, I mean, I know things, but, you know, what's really good? Like, for real, is she here? He's like, no, I ain't got no girl. I was like, so you single? He's like, yeah, I'm single. I'm like, why are you still single now? He gave me this whole song and dance about he worked too much, and I was like, blah, blah, blah. All I'm hearing is you never been with a bitch from the south side of Chicago. And he was like, and he laughed so damn hard. I was like, I'm serious. We could have been at Red Lobster a long ass time ago. Nigga, I will buy you Jordans. What are we doing? Like, so, I was like, no, I think I said specifically, we could have been fucking been to Red Lobster. What is you doing? And like, it was laughs and fun and whatever. And I'll see you again, whatever. Time passes. I'm all right. He all right. Ain't nobody trying to be the first person to contact or say nothing, right? And like, time goes by. I end up putting up this video of me like rapping to Beyonce's Diva or whatever, and I send it to him, and he's like, oh, this is cute, and I'm like, yeah, I mean, this is how I'm flirting, you know, I just figured, you know, hey, I figured this would get your attention. Hi, how you doing, blah, 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 because there was a line in there where I said, I got them candy bars, that means I keep them rappers open. I was trying to, you know, I'm talking about a Chi-Town swag, a LA face, and a booty straight from Oakland. Like, that's how I was trying to, you feel me, okay. I'm trying to be cute, but artsy and creative, you know, because I am one of a kind, you feel me? And he was like, oh, this is cute, blah, skippy. Time passes. This is why I keep saying it's like it wasn't like I was just all time passes. People are doing them. Blah blah blah. He sees me do karaoke on the internet and ends up hitting me at 3 a.m. one night. And I was like stunned, like wow, he really contacted me, you know. But it wasn't nothing like specific. I wasn't like I was just out because karaoke was like one of my things that I do to like have fun and just you know release my stress, random blah blah blah. And he saw it and he hit me up right after I posted it. That's how I knew he saw it. And he texted me. And it was like 3 a.m. And I was like, wow, okay, so what you doing up? Whatever. And I was like, okay, that's great. I'm about to go to bed. I'm going to holler at you later. And I cut it off. Like, you know, like little stuff like that. This happened intermittently the entire rest of the summer, y'all. Like, wasn't nothing going off. And then finally around my birthday, right? So like 3 months later, what have you. Now I'm in New York. I'm doing shows and, you know, oh no, wait. There was one more. Then it was the power party. That was in July. And I had cut all my hair off and stuff. I came in, you know, I was point guard, captain of Team Forehead and shit. Walked in there with a new shortcut. We sat, we watched Power, we held hands. We was, you know, we did that whole little thing. Chris Brown was there, like, you know, some other people. His friend was there, and his friend who organized the whole thing. And, you know, it was, you know, whatever. But he was so squirmish and nervous. There was like, you know, at one point, he was like, what's your sign again? He's like, you an Aquarius? And I was like, no, that's your other bitch. And it really was, because that's Daphne's sign. And he was like so squirmish. And I was like, I was talking to him. I was like, I mean, you know, I'm simple. I could have had popcorn with some hot sauce. And we could have just watched Power ourselves. Like, I don't need this. Like, all this, you know, plus one and guest list. And this stuff is cool. But, I mean, like, I don't, you know, need to see you do this to be like, oh, he's big. And, you know, I don't need those things. Like, we could have really just chilled and did that. That would have been cool. And he was like, oh, okay, you know, whatever. Then he had to go. Because he had something to do at Jamie Foxx's house, and all this other stuff. And I was like, when am I going to see you again? And he was like, I'll be in touch. But I was like, skippy. And then we kissed on Hollywood Boulevard. And I lost it. He was in the Jeep, and he was like, you know, trying to throw the extra Mac on it and stuff. And when he said he was going to Jamie's house, I know what that means. Like, I've been living in LA. And so I was like, okay, whatever. But I was like, when am I going to see you again? Like, none of this is I don't really fucking care. When am I going to see you again? Like, we're developing a rapport. You're you, I'm me. there is only one way that we can, start communication or see where this is going, and that's, through actual interaction or whatever. So just let me know when I'm gonna see you again. That's all I care about, and then we kissed on Hollywood Boulevard, and I went back to my car and just sat there what the fuck? Oh shit! Oh my god! Wow! I was in a zone, right? Called up my best friend. Do you know my brother just got shot? And I was like, oh. Okay, well, fuck my news. And damn, okay. So then the whole comment, and not saying that, I shouldn't care, but it was one of those things where I didn't know that, and it always ended up like that with her and I. That became such a pattern where something would happen to me, and I don't even feel like I can share things with her no more. And it's just damn, and I was really damn, that wasn't how I wanted to. Damn, who else can I call? I kind of don't even want to share this with everybody. All right, I'm gonna just be happy to myself, and I'm gonna leave that there. And so that happened. And then there was another 2 months or whatever that went past where people was just texting back and forth, and nothing was, I was minding my business. So on my birthday, I posted this twerk video to Drake and Future's Grammy, okay? And I sent it to him, and he's like, damn. He's like, I was going to the gym, but he was like, what the, okay? And I was like, hey, listen, I'm just trying to tell you, what we doing? In all honesty, I don't regret that at all because it was so freeing, and I'm the type of person that I'm so restrained sometimes that it's fun for me to get to do things like that, and I never get to do things like that, and I just felt like I was coming out of my shell. I turned 34, and I think the caption was oops, still got it, get it, or something like that, and of course it drew attention, and everybody was like, ooh, look, see, we knew it, see, we knew you was a thought, all that other stuff, and it's okay, what are we talking about right now? Anyway, it was fun, whatever. I ended up taking it down, but I was like, ooh, I'm not gonna repeat that. That was hilarious. But stuff happened, right? Okay, fast forward. I do want to stop right here and say this. In no way, shape, or form am I out to ruin anybody. And that's just real. I'm not out to hurt nobody. I'm not out to ruin nobody. I'm even gonna share some memories and some things like that with my other ex, just on some, because it's a whole lot going on in these streets, a lot. And I'm letting go of all type of old baggage, old trauma, old pain, old wounds, all that stuff. And, I'm just gonna take the good of what happened with everything and the lessons I learned and pick it up and let's go. Because at the end of the day, there was things that I learned in situations, that helped me, really define and fine tune what I want, what I like, what I'm into, what I need. And shit, that's what you want. That's the information you need to make the best of your life, the rest of your life, as E.T. would say. So, that's what I'm on. And I always look at everything that I go through as experience and fodder for comedy material anyway, and I'll touch on that more in a second. But, this episode, as y'all can tell, ain't gonna have no news. I will give y'all one headline, though. Here's the headline, the very only headline. And I'm gonna advertise this on all my social media that I only brought up this one headline out of everything y'all saw me bookmark, okay? All right, kudos to kill yourself. Real quick, one headline. It's this. The state of Illinois has had the greatest mass exodus in population in the last decade. The state of Illinois, where I am from, okay? And this is why it's so negative, y'all, as far as the energy. It's so negative. It's so corrupt, okay? The stuff that they want to overtax you on and stuff like that, it's corrupt as fuck. They raised $1 billion off of red light tickets. The boot list and all this other stuff that they, be doing. Chicago PD is all the way, fucked up. And that's putting it mildly. And then it's just cold it's cold as hell. Okay? You only get 3 months of decent, think time. And when I used to be there, dude, especially once I became an LA resident, every time I go home, I always end up in this countdown of when the fuck I'm going back home. Even then, LA was home to me. I was going to Chicago to go home, quote unquote, to see people I know and love, quote unquote. But I would be there, and dude, I swear to God, it would be a ticking time bomb within a couple days of how long will it take me to miss LA? Sometimes it was oh, I'm ready to go back now, and I only been there a few hours. It would be 24 hours. Oh, I'm ready to go back now. It was always like that every time I went back. And so the ways that I let my family and people guilt me, even my former best friend guilt me for being in LA and living my life, when I come back home to Chicago, nobody's on shit. Nobody's on nothing. They don't want to, nobody's coming over to play spades. We're not kicking it. Nobody wants to go on some adventures and shit. It's well, what the hell is we doing? And it's at least when I'm in LA, and this is why I'm going to, everything I said about my ex, I meant that shit, and I never lied on him, so I don't have to retract nothing or anything like that. But I do want to paint the picture of it wasn't totally negative at all. It was not. It was not totally negative. There was a lot of positives in that. But, everybody's on their own journey and making mistakes and fucking up and have their demons that they battle. And while we were together, that was a demon that we battled together. He did what he did on his end, I did what I did on my end. But there were many positive aspects, so much so, and this is 100% truth, so much so that I would always miss being in LA, because at least if I was in LA, I could be myself and do what I want to do. And I had somebody I could be myself with. I never, ever, and this is 100% true, I never, ever felt like I couldn't be myself around Dion Cole. I never felt that way. Never, ever. Not one time. when I was in Chicago, and Rail met me first, okay? Like as far as being an adult out in the nightlife, and I was still doing poetry, and I was at the Funky Buddha Lounge, right? And he came and he was doing comedy, and he saw me, and we met, and we was cool, and I told him, oh, you do comedy? I seen you actually. You was at the Urban League event, like my school, like somebody from my college invited me there, and I saw you, and you was one of the comedians. You were hilarious. Man, tell me more about comedy, because I'm about to get into comedy. And he was like, you about to get into comedy? That poem was bomb. Why would you get into comedy? I'm like, don't worry about that. I'm about to get into comedy. And that's how we met each other, and that's how we became cool. But check this out, you guys. This is 100% the facts. So all of that happened with Real, but we never were really compatible as a couple, ever. We should have never, ever tried to do the dating thing. We should have just remained friends and stayed friends. But, you live, you learn, whatever. I never felt like I could be 100% myself with Real. There was just always this disconnect, things that he didn't get. And he complained about every goddamn thing. Everything. To the point where it was just like, okay, well, you know what, we argue way too much. I don't want to do this. And then he's also with somebody this was my first experience with this. I never had this before. Also, I was a late bloomer in the dating game, out on grown dating. My first boyfriend, that was years ago. But you know what I'm saying? Being an adult, we dating and shit. I didn't really get into my first relationship until I was out of college, and it was somebody I met in church. And check this out, he happened to go to high school with Real. That was the other thing. Because, Real, we met at Funky Buddha Lounge. The next time Real saw me at Funky Buddha Lounge, I was with my guy, and they knew each other. And he was like, yeah, he's like, oh, man, okay. And that even further, made Real, the friend, because, oh, no, my boyfriend or whatever was like, man, yeah, we all went to Providence St. Mail together, blah, 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 blah. Yo, but this is who you need to talk to. He was promoting it. This is who you need to talk to. This is who you need to know. He know everything, blah, blah, blah. So, we should have just stayed friends. It just never, because once we started dating, and I was trying to hip him on to the fly shit and bring him out the west side of Chicago into, the world and stuff, it wasn't, and he was too content with getting that, pardon my French, but it's real shit, that nigga love. I'm gonna spend everything I just made at Jokes and Notes just so I can get a shout out at the club. I used to hate that shit. I used to tell them, don't do that shit. But you can't tell grown people, what to do when they've decided what they gonna do. And, and that's what he was on. He wanted that rock star shit. He's also, was the person that rarely go out to Hollywood and forget you because he wanted to be on his real rock star shit. He was just that way. He was always that way. And then that shit was weird because he actually met me years ago. 100%. I was a poet on my campus. Yes, I'm taking a break in the 50 story because this is all important because all that shit ended up coming together and clashing. The people that know, but for the people who this is your first time hearing all of this and it sounds like it's disjointed, it's really not. It all relates in the end. Just keep listening, follow me, and trust me. Now, going back into the story. I was a poet on my campus in college and still a virgin and all that shit. In fact, the poem I did was a defensive poem of why I'm waiting. Not knowing 7 months later I was going to give up that monkey. But I was 18, I had on this floral shirt with my cleavage out or whatever, and these black stretch pants or whatever. And I was all in my head, Virgo shit, trying to remember my poem and verbatim because I wanted to be perfect and shit. And all of a sudden I hear this voice go, you working in pants. And I look over and it's Dion. He was the comedian hosting our talent show on our campus. It was like a Showtime at the Apollo type show that the Black Student Union put together at U of I. And he was the host. And that's how I first met him ever. He walked up on me and told me, you're working in pants. And I was still wet behind the ears back then, so I didn't know what to say. I was just like, oh, thank you. And I walked off. I was still working on my poem. He introduced me, I go out, I do my thing, I get a standing ovation, and he was like, man, that was good, sugar. And that was it, end of story. I didn't know him back there, but that was how we officially saw each other met the first time. Time passes by, who knew? Okay, great, I'm a comedian now. The very first time I see him as a comedian, I go to Jokes and Notes, I walk in there, and he goes, oh, before I even say this, my former best friend, Lopez, who I don't talk to anymore, her mother was peoples with Marlon Mitchell's family in Chicago. And so her mom is a hairdresser, and she set that up. And I met Marlon on April Fool's Day at Riddles for D-Ray's Sunday thing that he would throw every Sunday. It was the littest comedy room in Chicago. And I met Marlon there. And Marlon was my official comedy mentor. Marlon had a room out in South Holland or something like that. Giovanni's. Motherfucker. Giovanni's. It took me a long time. I couldn't. Giovanni's used to be bussin'. It used to be the spot, dude. And Giovanni's is where I started my comedy career, whatever. And Marlon used to always joke, you look like Deion Cole's son, mother. You look like Deion Cole's son, mother. I didn't know who the fuck that was. I didn't know what the fuck that meant, okay? I didn't know what that meant. The first time I go to Jokes and Notes, Deion's the host. He's the Wednesday night host. And he walks up to me and he goes, does anybody tell you look like my son, mother? And I was like, Marlon was the only person that said that, but I don't know how she looks, so I don't know. Is that a compliment? Is she pretty? What does that mean? He was like, he's like, that's my son's mother. I was like, okay, cool.
And I'm getting mighty tired of your trifling ways and of listening to that jackass bray.